Cool. Hey guys. So that was a weird wave. This is gonna be a really short stream. Just because I'm heading out for lunch, like later on with a friend. So I need to leave like 11:30. So yeah, it's currently 10 o'clock. So we've got about an hour before I need to be really thinking about leaving. But yeah, so I'm primarily going to focus on cleaning the scene, just because, you know, there's a lot kind of around the scene that's going to cause issues later. So I figured may as well do that. And I also bought myself a little gift, which is the lighting scene from Cave Academy. This guy. So I spent 10 minutes off stream just setting it up for AGX. And so yeah, that's one of the things that we'll get set up and do some quick test renders. It obviously won't look very good yet because my shading isn't set up correctly. Plus the textures, I've grabbed the sRGB versions where I can, but some of them are like pre-converted to ACES. And so at some point I'm going to have to go into Nuke, convert those from ACES back to sRGB so that I can use them with AGX, because AGX isn't a color space. But yeah, so I've got this. I'm going to test it out, see how it looks, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So let's just quickly set this back to Punchy. Yeah, so I don't know how well it will work because it is for ACES. I just happen to not be using ACES. So yeah, I guess we'll just get started on cleaning the scene. So I'm going to start by LGT group. Yeah, we'll just start by kind of getting everything organized and all that stuff. So what's this? I'm still meant to can do, okay. Okay, these I can get rid of, I think. Actually, can I? Check. Clothing. Okay, the shirt's in there. So this is like a early apron. Oh, it's a pre-sim version, isn't it? Okay. We can delete those. We can delete this. Actually, we can't delete one of these, that one. We'll keep it for now. Okay, we can remove that, so let's go to the reference editor. Hey, how do you like Rombotools so far? I purchased over a year ago, but I haven't tried much of it yet. Yeah, I mean, it's too early for me to like give a proper opinion, but they do seem pretty good. I'm currently going through the phase of, what's the term? Currently going through the phase of finding out how the materials want to be used. So I can't give like a fair assessment yet. But they seem solid. They do seem pretty solid. Okay. So that's the block out. Okay, these guys we can delete. Let's grab our cameras like that. Cam group. Okay. Call this scene group. Keep Allison in around thing. This I'm gonna temp apron geo, and we'll throw that into clothing and just hide it. Okay, then this is still needs to be deleted. Okay, so scene's a bit cleaner now. Alt save, and then we're going to reference in my... let's see. I'll need to delete these as well. We need to reference in the asset library, Cave Academy, scenes, repath AGX is the one that I made. We're going to reference it because it's a monster of a scene, it's nearly a gigabyte. Second. Still referencing. I set up render layers as well at some point. Unsupported nodes. Okay. So it looks like it's in the right spot. Well, not exactly, but set this to 1001 and this to, let's say 1100 because I can't remember the actual number. Why's that only going to... Weird. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just move this entire thing down, which should still work. There we go. And we'll move it back a little bit as well. I just want the faces to line up a little bit. There we go. Cool. So, I'll grab this guy. You are supposed to put your character in that group, but that's only for rendering the cards at the start, which I don't really care about. Yeah, so 1005 is when the character appears, so let's just hide that. Go to this guy. I need to set the resolution as well. What was the resolution? It was a tall one, I know that. Might have to quickly check. Let's alt save this. I'm gonna open the scene, check resolution, write it down somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna go back a few. Asset library. Cave Academy. I just need to check what the render resolution is. Then we'll render and find out everything's way too bright and question if it's the lights being aces or my shading being dog shit. We don't know yet. What I can do is raise everything a little bit, just to kind of frame the face even when it is in 1080. I need to find out what those unsupported nodes are as well. That's gonna bug the fuck out of me. So what is the resolution? Okay, I'm just gonna put it in the chat for now. 1504 by 2250. And there's the camera. Okay, so let's just say default render resolution should be 1504 by 2250. These notes are really helpful, by the way. No one fucking uses them. Okay, so I'm just gonna save that. So now when we reopen the other scene, it should be in the right place. Okay, that's done. So what's the error? Oh, it's in recognize plugins. I need to remove those from the text file. In fact, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna what's gonna be the way to do this? I'll do that off stream at some point. What you can do is just open this in a text file and remove the load plugin command, basically. Okay, so let's go projects, person projects, transfixed, modeling. We will have to break this into its own scene as well at some point, so it's in look dev. Because modeling really doesn't need all this stuff. But currently, because we're still in that modeling stage, I've just thrown some look dev on there. I'm wondering why the scene is so large. Like, is it the geometry? Oh, it looks like it is actually. 1 point. Is that 1.6 mil? Yeah, it's 1.7 mil actually. Okay, yeah, I'll go through and clean up the Cave Academy scene at some point. Delete things I don't need. Let's put notes. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, I suppose that you render in Arnold. Yep, I've been rendering in Arnold since the Sticky Monsters project. Okay, so what we're going to do is just move this. Let's go into this camera. I'm just going to move this so that the face is framed even at 1080. Minus 15. Looks like it might be good. Minus 12. Okay, 13.5. 14. There we go. Okay, I kind of want that to be in line with the eyes, really. That will do. Okay, so obviously it's way too close, but that's fine. So we're going to do this. Then, where are render layers? It's been a while since I used these. Windows. we'll get back to that. I have to learn that off stream. Okay, so it's so different to what it used to be. So let's go to the resolution. Just going to select the camera, wherever it is. There it is. So 1504 by 2250. Cool. Alt save. Shall we find out how terribly bright this all is? Not awful, actually. Animating, here we come. Don't know what drugs you're on, mate. I'm not animating this. I'm gonna quickly open up the task manager and limit Maya before it crashes the stream. Okay, so go to details, set affinity. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. High quality renders, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Also, Arnold using GPU or just CPU? I just render on CPU. Happy birthday. Thank you, man. A little dark. I mean, I expect it not to look very good just because the shader is extremely underdeveloped. I just wanted to see what it will do. I should probably double check what frames. Never mind. Hey dude, how's it going? How did you know it was your birthday? Because I was talking about it yesterday. Like I was saying how I probably won't do much streaming today just because it was my birthday. Okay, well these forms are looking funky. What CPU do you have at the moment? I'm using a 7950X. What's the main difference in render engines like Unreal Engine, Arnold, V-Ray, Redshift? Is it still worth doing Unreal Engine if you don't particularly need real time? Yeah, so Unreal Engine is completely different fundamentally from the other three that you listed. Unreal Engine is a rasterizer, so the style of rendering, it's still very powerful, but it's not quite as powerful as the actual path tracing. Obviously, you do have like the ability to render, what's the word? The ability to ray trace in Unreal, but it's not the same currently. There's some pretty big differences in how optimized things are, with Unreal Engine being more optimized. But obviously, anytime you do an optimization, you're normally taking away accuracy. So, you know, take it with a pinch of salt. In terms of the other three, fundamentally, Arnold, V-Ray, and Redshift are the same. Like, Redshift is GPU-based primarily, V-Ray and Arnold are CPU primarily, but all three of them have CPU and GPU modes. Like, the fundamentals are the same. The way the shaders work will be varied slightly, but again, not by a huge amount. So honestly, I wouldn't really think about it too much. You know, just kind of use whatever you like. Arnold is the most commonly used because it's free with Maya. But you can still get Arnold for other tools as well. So let's seeing what different frames look like. I do quite like this. Like, it's quite ugly right now. But that, again, that's the shader being shit rather than anything else. But I've got a lot of work to do on this. I think the skin's a bit too smooth right now. The eyes are super dark, and I think that's going to be a problem. Like, let's go to the light cage. Light rig. Light set A. Okay, so they get hidden. V-Face textures enhancing specular. This isn't V-Face. This is a 3D scan store. Eyes or eyebrows? Eyes. There's no eyebrows. They can't be too dark if they're not there. Yeah, I'm wondering how much brighter will I have to make the iris. Color. Let's set it to 3. I've been discussing this a lot of times with former colleagues. What's your opinion on choosing which render engine to use for personal project? It's quite a broad question. Like, what do you mean exactly? Like, how people should select what they use? Or do you mean something else? Set to 1.5 before, let's go back to that. Currently our diffuse colors missing a lot, just because it's currently a blend between a blurry polypaint and the scan store. But the scan store one that I've picked is one of the more featureless faces, because it was used for, I originally got it for the Mona project, and so I wanted something without too much breakup in it. Yeah, for me it's always been go with the one that you're most familiar with for if it's for real purposes. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, like as long as you're going with a mainstream render engine, they can all do what you need. Like, I think something that there is a grain of truth to it, as with most things, but the problem that a lot of inexperienced artists get wrapped into is like, oh, I cannot make a good render if I don't have Arnold. I cannot make a good render if I don't use aces. I cannot have a good render if I don't do XYZ, like whatever the fuck. And honestly, like, you can make a good render with pretty shit tools. Like, it's just how long it takes. Nicer renders make it easier. So, you know, I like Arnold because of the way the shaders work. Adding Rumbo to that has given me a little bit more flexibility, but ultimately, you know, it's given me, you know, kind of an easier time to do what I would still be able to do with a different tool. Like, give me Mental Ray and a pretty long time, and I'll give you something that looks good. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Quality is achievable. I mean, ultimately, look at any VFX film from the mid-2000s. Like, some of them were using RenderMan, but a lot of them were using, you know, it's old RenderMan before it even did proper path tracing. So, yeah, it's a debate that people get stuck in, I think. And honestly, it doesn't really serve anyone. I'd say just use what you're comfortable with. Use what you enjoy. There are still pros and cons to different tools, though. Like, let's be honest with that. If you're using RenderMan, for example, like RenderMan's GI has a really nice quality to it, which is quite hard to get in other tools. I don't know precisely what it is, but there's something about the fall off that is just really fucking pretty. I'm just gonna hide this guy, then go to Light Rig C, then go to Perspective, no, Renacam D. I use the renders that I can afford. Yeah, exactly. Like, ultimately, like, Blender Cycles is more than capable of making fantastic looking images. And that's fucking free. So, yeah, there's a ton of ways you can go with stuff. I feel like I need to expose this light down a bit. Like, it'd be wise to base our look dev off of the look dev kit from Cave Academy. Just because that one is like more calibrated. I just use Redshift for game design class. Nice. I think you can achieve whatever you want with almost all renderers, yeah. But sometimes people prefer what is simpler for them. And this is what Arnold has, I think, at least for the moment. Yeah, exactly. Like Arnold, the biggest like thing you get, well, the two biggest things you get with Arnold is it's like complete Maya integration. Like, it is locked in with Maya, like everything functions. And also the fact that because it's included with Maya, there's a lot of tutorials, like a shit ton of tutorials. Like, if you're using F-Storm, you're gonna struggle to find like reliable tutorials for like lots of different stuff. Granted, as you get more experience, you don't really rely on tutorials very often. Like, I'll look up tutorials for UI stuff, but when it comes to like learning shaders, I just kind of throw stuff together until it works. That's something that comes with experience, but yeah, I think you get the point. Right, okay, so we have everything set up. So I guess we've got about an hour. ZBrush, I guess, because I don't want to spend more time on the materials. There's no point, to be honest. Let's just do skin, clear coat, blend. That. Cool. So we'll save the scene. That's cool. Let's get a ZBrush. There we go. I'm just going to grab my Wacom. One moment. There we go. Have my heart rate monitor charging. Right, okay, so what is the biggest issue we have with the renders right now? The lips are probably the area I like least. Nose is looking okay. A little bit shiny, but that's a look dev issue, not a now issue. Oh, we need to get the caruncles in there. So let's grab these guys. I don't know why that has to load when I select it, but okay. Okay. So we'll get these. Are they both in the same spot? I can't remember. Modify. Where is it? Oh. Modify free transformations. Cool. File, export selection. Let's go modeling. Maya exports. I'm just going to do caruncle. Caruncle geo. We should probably combine these. Actually, what is the way to go about this? I'll throw it in. I can always transfer stuff later. So subtool, append, sphere, import, Maya exports, caruncle. Okay, we're just gonna drag those up. Okay, so color, fill object. Just going to delete that. Okay, add some subdivisions. Okay, re-import. There we go. So it's going to go down to the lowest res, do a smart resum. Geometry. No. Deformation, is it? Okay, so it looks like it was already symmetrical. Okay, so none of these are going to be clear enough, are they? We will be painting out this bit. In fact, I might super quickly paint color fill object. In fact, I might even switch this to toy plastic. Color fill object mRGB. Color fill object. Nah, I don't like that. Cool, that'll do. So let's go in, color pick that. BST. Set this to RGB. And just paint this. This way it has the impression of blending. Like, it's not gonna blend perfectly, but it doesn't really need to. That's what the lit dev's for. Then I need to get a close-up of some eyes. The color we worked on is out. Nice. Ooh, okay. Remind me to never search Caruncle on screen. Because one of the first pictures that came up is a fucking vagina. Turns out there's a part of that called a Caruncle too. Okay, cool. New thing not to Google. So Caruncle eye is what I'm gonna search. I'll search eye macro. Macro is such a helpful word to add to your searches. Although it might be too close. It's oldest irises. Ooh, that's a good picture. There we go. Okay. So it looks like it's dominant towards the bottom. I always forget that's a thing. Transparent. Actually, we shouldn't be doing that. We need to leave this bit alone. Actually, it's kind of already got that angle. I'm going to send you on Discord. Sweet, yeah. I'll have to take a look later because this stream is going to be short and I won't be on Discord after. Okay. BST. Maybe a bit further, like there. This looks like it bulges up more. A little bit over sculpted. Okay. Weirdly bumpy area. I think this form is something that I'm missing quite frequently. And float brush is a very underrated brush. I wish it was like an inflate clay though, like something that like didn't build peaks as you sculpt, you know? Okay. Brush modifiers. We need to get all this stuff in there. Which really I need to do asymmetrically. But I'll just throw something in for now. Lips are very easy to get over sculpted, so I'm not going to go too far into it. In fact, I've already kind of over sculpted. Again, it needs to be done asymmetrically. I'm just getting something in place. The lip's too thick there, isn't it? EMT. Why is the clay builder pack thing so strange? It's building mounds everywhere. What about the clay brush? What's it doing? What about clay tubes? Where is it? Happy birthday, thank you, man. Thanks, Josh. Clay build-up's not really... Sorry, clay, God, what's the word? Clay tubes isn't really doing what I want. Yeah, I won't sculpt further than that, actually. I'm going to remove the biggest ones as well. Okay. Looks better though. I really need to figure out what's going on with the nose. So let me let's go to ArtStation and look at my favorite resource, Um, come on. No, they've rearranged everything. Why? There it is. What do they have for the nose? Okay, this one's helpful, but it's not specifically what I'm looking for. This one seems handy. Grab that. I also like these things are really handy as well. Okay, so let's just throw this into there. Same size. Control N. Let's take a look at our shape, shall we? We seem to have most of these, but not all. So this area is the main one though, we don't actually have anything for that. I need to go in, let's say 10 minutes. Bit over sculpted. Feels better. Looks like it needs more of this to get that. One thing I'll do asymmetry details once I'm happy with the sculpt. But I'll redo things like the lips. I'm still just in a phase of trying to figure out how I want the sculpt itself to look. Once I've got that, then we can start doing like all the detailing. Until that point, it's kind of a waste of time. Okay. We're getting closer though. Let's save that. Scene 32. I'm going to export this. CG stuff, projects, person projects. Transfixed, modeling, ZBrush, sculpting, exports. That's fine. Cool. We will export the ZDisp. The color's not changed, so I don't need to worry about that. Multi-map exporter, displacement. We'll do 8K. CG stuff. In fact, actually, let's go into surface. Let's disable this. Surface. Apply to mesh. Okay, so we need to make it a little bit stronger. 0.000. Is that another 0? 0.0001. And apply to mesh. A little bit strong. 0.00007. Apply. Okay, we'll export it like that. Z plugin, create maps, projects, person projects, transfixed, modeling, ZBrush, maps, body geo, ZDisp. So these files are going to be like 120 megabytes each now. Have you considered being a host for Anatomy for Sculptors? No, we're nowhere near enough. Like, not even fucking close. The guy who runs that is, like, scarily good. Bit of a bump here. Need to readdress that. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to close this without saving, because I don't want to actually apply the surface noise. We're just going to update this, and then I'm going to go out, grab a launcher tool, modeling, ZBrush, sculpting, exports. So all we're going to do is select you and select you, deform, blend shape. So that's a 1. Delete the history. Delete you. Okay. And then just going to go into Arnold, Utilities, TX Manager. It's weird how they don't show up here. Wonder why. There's something I'm missing, obviously, but... Okay, so view, store snapshot. What are you guys eating? Not sure yet. Probably pizza. Like, there's a slice and soda, but I told him, like, hey, like, I don't really know the food places in the area. Like, I've been through Mile End like a million times, but I've never been, like, to it for eating. And so, yeah, afterwards we're gonna go to the bagel, not bagel, the donut place. The one that, like, fucking everyone knows. Which I forgot the name of. I can see the name, but I can't say it for some reason. Bit more of a shadow here. Nose shape should change the most. Lips probably have something to them. Well, that's gone up a bit. And if we're going to the specular, yeah, there we go. I didn't save, okay. But yeah, as I said, the stream will be really short, just because I need to walk to Mile End, which is a 45-minute walk, and lunch is at 12:30. I will probably be back later. Do a little bit of... Probably continue sculpting, let's be honest. And then I do need to get back to the body clothing, though. So that might be what we do when I get back. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning the ramen place. I'm not really feeling ramen today. But yeah, we'll probably end up getting pizza. But go to like slice and soda or something. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the stream here, and I'll probably be back in a few hours, as I said. If I'm not, just assume I'm still out doing stuff. And then it'll be back to normal tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be it. Potentially see you guys later. Potentially not. I'm not sure yet. And I'll send this to chat when the render's done. And yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling now. See you guys.